Hello guys, this is GoodLake, and we're back with more Raiders experiences and feedback. Day 14, that's 2 weeks now. It's been a while since I started playing. Lots of things happened. First of all, I came back home. Why is this relevant? The answer is very simple and might be noticeable, maybe not so much on the video. I couldn't set my resolution to 720p. The closest I could get to was 1280 to 768, which means I have to slightly squeeze the image into the 720p size. I was thinking of recording at 720p, however that simply cuts the top and the bottom parts, which isn't exactly optimal. Some of the parts of the UI are movable, but not everything. For example, the skill bar isn't, so you wouldn't see half of the skill bar. And that's slightly important, I think. Oh well, we'll just have to deal with a little bit of squeeze. For those wondering, this is because my monitor is still ancient. 1280 times 1024. Yes, 43. People don't have that shit anymore. So what happened today? Like I said, I went to take a look at two strange persons, specifically augurs and trolls, who apparently are fighting in a massive field of ice and hiring mercenaries. You can join either of the sides and then do quests for them, which involve killing other side dudes. Not necessarily players, actually. You don't have to kill players for quests, at least so far. What is really unfortunate is that this PvP action is very closely tied in to the PvE action, so to speak, the leveling. I have to do the quests in there, and now this next quest asks me to get to apparently very friendly with the faction that I'm following, which is Ogre, by the way. That is a bit silly. I mean, the only way to get that is to kill dudes in the PvP zone, which ends up in PvP. Why do I have to PvP if I'm just leveling and I don't want to PvP? Now don't get me wrong, I'm not completely against PvP, even if it's a little forced. I just don't like the fact that it's not really a choice. There's no other way to level. There's nowhere else I can go besides grinding mobs straight. And worst of all, the quests that I have to complete is required to craft my new weapons. So I'm stuck with my old stuff and weaponry until I complete this quest. I find that a bit silly. Like I said before, the requirements are definitely unnecessary to begin with. But this is bad. Now I have to probably grind through my PvP zone 5 times, which is about 15 dudes to kill. It's my guess, by the way, because there are no numbers for reputations. You don't know how much reputation you have, how much you need. You just know how much you'll get. And you get 1,000 per quest, so really add numbers for reputations. It's important. Right now I'm really low into friendly with these guys. I don't know if I'm going to be very friendly on the next step, and for all I know it could take me 10 times or something to get there, and that's really silly. My guess is that I'll have to do it 5 times or so at least, and that's a lot of times when you consider it. It's a very grindy thing in a PvP zone. Since it's forced, I don't like it. If it was at max level, I could sort of get behind it, maybe, but right now, when I'm leveling, getting my gear sorted, and facing off against vastly over-geared enemies who I hit for 30 while they hit me for over 200. I'm just a massive disadvantage, and I just don't even feel like PvPing. All I do is just run away. Because there's no point, I'm just gonna die. So for starters, in order to prove myself a worthy mercenary, I had to collect 10 flowers. Yes. You are not a worthy mercenary unless you can collect 10 flowers. Why? Like, I know why this is, because apparently, you know, augurs don't heal as fast as trolls apparently, so they need healing herbs. So you collect flowers, the herbs for them. But seriously, they really should have come up with some actual mercenary thing rather than this. And if it wasn't enough forced PvP, guess what happens next? The main guy of this zone is Diago, the Yeti. And guess where he is? Yep, you're right. Straight in the middle of a friggin' PvP zone. It's pretty nice music, but other than that, holy hell. I had so many interruptions like from other people when I was just fighting him on my own for lulz. Which wasn't very difficult to fight, as long as you did it properly. It would take quite a while to solo him though. It's just that, like, why do this? Not only it makes harder to make a group for him eventually, because you need to have members of the same faction, because you will be hostile to each other if you're in different factions. Right? It's just stupid. I really don't like how this whole thing is put together. It's a good idea, it just doesn't fit at all for leveling. In the middle of leveling, I really don't want this to be forced. Give me a choice. Like, tell us, yeah, there's like dudes fighting there. You can go there and fight if you want to. Otherwise, here, have some more quests to kill more harpies and raptors and shit. Speaking of Dago, his combat range is ridiculous. Like, I hit him like once as I passed by with some dudes fighting him, and I didn't lose combat until I went down the friggin' mountain, which is like miles away. The distance was like over 100 meters or something, and I was still in combat. I couldn't mount and all that stuff, which was really annoying. There's really no need for this kind of combat range. Make it a bit smaller. You really have your way with ranges, don't you, Raiders? So I'm basically kind of stumped. I'm not sure what to do. On one hand, like, I still haven't done catacombs and I want to do them with my defender, but I really don't want to grind for the gear because the armor isn't just that much better to be worth it. I think I found where level 24 or so quests are, but I'm level 22 and it'll take a while to get to 24. Now if I had, like, you know, quests to do, this wouldn't be a problem, but now I'm stuck grinding the PvP zone. And honestly, I really don't feel like grinding the PvP zone. I feel that it's something that if I really had to, I'd do it when the game is launched. Like, I just don't feel like spending the time in a beta. It's really obstructing my progress and my willingness to actually continuing to play at the moment. I'll see if I muster any more strength and willpower and do it, but if you don't see many videos upcoming in a few next days, you know why. Not to mention that Guild Wars 2 is coming about, and that's also gonna be interesting. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I'll see you later.